And now an extract from the story that was inspired by Lost Hearts, Heartless, from Dark Reflections. Heartless, that's what they were, pure and simple. Whoever did this, and she was surprised that joke hadn't been made already. Black humour at the scene of crime, she'd heard it all before. Because if you didn't laugh, then you'd... But nobody was making fun of this. They wouldn't dare. That would make them heartless as well. Nobody ever made jokes where kids were involved, when they were the victims. Susie Ellis, Detective Inspector Suzanne Ellis, stared down at the body. More than anything, she wanted to look away, but found she couldn't. Couldn't help staring at those open, gaping eyes, the mouth a wet rictus of terror and pain. Couldn't help staring at the wound on the chest, that ragged, gaping hole there. A hole where this young girl's heart had once been, a hole. I'm afraid he had something called an atrial septal defect. We're really so very sorry. You okay? A deep voice cut into her thoughts and made her start, but also broke the spell. She looked up and over at a sergeant of 5 years, Guy Parks, 6'7", who played rugby in his spare time, but also had the soul of a poet. Today he had tears in his own eyes as he joined her on the riverbank, though he was doing his best to hide the fact. He was probably thinking of his own kids that he barely saw, one of each now living with his ex and an accountant named Roger. Susie shook her head. Yeah, me either. I don't understand why someone would do something like this, she said to him. She'd seen too much of this over the years, too many people dead before their time. Susie was sick of it, she was being honest. Tired of it. So tired. Is there any chance it happened in the water itself? Parks asked. She fell in a rock or something. Maybe a fish got at her. Hell of a fish to do something like that, commented Susie. No, this was done before she was dumped in the water, Parks. I put money on it. She understood why he was looking for reasons other than the obvious, because it was just too hideous to contemplate. The heart was cut, maybe even torn out of that girl's chest. I'll wait for the pathologist to confirm it, though, obviously. He glanced around at the CSI officers present, the people dressed in white suits. I doubt we'll find anything forensics-wise, he told her. She'd already figured that out for herself. A body in the water like that, it washed away any traces of who might be responsible. Nevertheless, the order had been given for divers to search the river, just in case there was anything related to the crime. A murder weapon would be nice. Well, not nice, but... Susie studied the body again, crouching down, taking in other details. It was what she did, what she'd been trained to do, what she was good at, when she could detach herself, which was getting harder and harder these days. Details, clues, reasons.